these are the 4 questions: what, why, how, and again, whose coaching do I need, or what's stopping me. The last thing I'll say on this is that, look, here's the thing, is that when it comes to the 4 questions, it's all about chunking it down. The reason why people are very anxious or overwhelmed is because they don't chunk things down. Now, the reason why people are very underwhelmed and they don't take action is because they haven't chunked up, meaning that if you find yourself like not motivated to take action, well, that means that you're underwhelmed. And so you got to figure out what your why is. You gotta be real clear on, here's what I want, and here's why I want it, here's how it's gonna benefit me. Remember, a currency is nothing more than a vehicle to accomplish your why. That's all it is. Money is just a vehicle to accomplish your why. It's a currency to get you what you want out of your life, however you want to do it. So you want to give yourself a 50% pay raise, and you're like, you know what, it's not about the money for me. Give the money to charity, or do something else with it. But it's not about the money, it's about why you want to give yourself that income. And so again, the purpose of this exercise is, if you are overwhelmed, chunk down and be specific. What is your how? What are your steps? If you are underwhelmed, you got to chunk up and you got to focus more on what is your why. So there's a lot I know that we could talk about with the brain science on this, Mary, but what does the brain say about the importance of goal setting?
Well, we can't talk about goal setting without talking about the goal-seeking mechanism in our brain, which is our reticular activating system, our RAS. And I know we've spoken about it before, but I'm going to go over it very briefly as a refresher. And there's so many new people on today, so thank you so much for that. But also, I want to give you some very specifics on ways to program your RAS. So the RAS, the reticular activating system, it's located in the base of your brainstem. And what it does is it takes in the thousands of pieces of information that are coming from your surroundings every single second. Every second, thousands of pieces of information are coming in from all of your senses. And we would be completely overwhelmed and crazy if we could feel and see and know all of that information. And so what the RAS does is it determines, this is important, let me take this information and send it up to the brain. This is not important, we're going to push it to the side. And so we can look at that and see what we're noticing. Anything that you're noticing around you is because you've said it's important and because you have said that it's truth. That's interesting, right? So for instance, you can see this in certain areas of your life where you might not notice a certain object, but then all of a sudden you see it in one movie and you think this is really cool, and then you see it everywhere. Or you decide you want to purchase something, whether it's a car or a handbag, or you want a new hairstyle, and all of a sudden you see it everywhere. And that's your RAS working. That's your RAS going, oh, okay, Mary, I just got the information. You really want another Prada handbag. And so now you're going to notice them everywhere. So now I'm going to let that information through, even though there's the same number of Prada handbags around me at all times. So we do have a little poll to see if you're tracking with me and you've noticed this in your own life where you see things. We'll come back to this in just a second, of just, have you ever noticed that when you've decided to do something or buy something, that you immediately begin to see signs of it everywhere?